What's up, dudes? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we are theorizing the country called San Marino. You already know the drill? Let's dissect the flag. The San Marino flag makes a lot of symbols. The white represents peace, and the blue represents the sky. And there is a crown on top of it, meaning it's a monarchy, and there's a mountain by castles. But here's the explained history about these castles. So one time there was a dude running and by some dudes trying to kill him. And he migrates to this mountain known as Marino. And he decided to stay there for a while. And that's why basically San Marino is called that way, to save people from danger. And also there is leaves, and it says liberates in Italian, and the same thing of the coat of arms. However, the country is surrounded by Italy, and it's a single neighbor nation I mentioned about. And single neighbor nation is that a country is surrounded by, you guessed it, another country. And most recent one was Italy. And it only borders Italy, in fact. And elimination San Marinos, who was the founder of Republic of San Marino. Yes, that was founded a long time ago. And Antonio Guardians in San Marino trying to hide people that were trying to kill them. And San Marino's constitution is 1600, and the British arrived in San Marino in 1944, but people were safe because they're on top of the mountains. And it has its own fortress in the mountains. Like, how the heck does people live up in a mountain? And it's the 5th smallest nation in the world. Yeah, I'm not joking. And the Palazzo Pubblico, and it has its own parliament, president, and its own system. Wow, I couldn't believe that people live in the mountains. And it has the San Marino Grand Prix, unlike the Monaco Grand Prix. This is less contiguous and less dangerous, and it has less laps. Instead of Monaco's 78 laps, Jesus. And however, the capital is San Marino, and the largest settlement is Dunsera, and they speak Italian and Roman Jesuit, and most of them are Catholic. 97% of the population are Roman Catholic, and 3% are other religion, and their development is Burmese, and it has unitary assembly independent, democratic, and traditional republic government. However, the capital's regent is Gwen Carlo Venere and Marco Aurelio, and it declared independence from the Papal States in 1291, and also from the Roman Empire in 301. And their constitution is in October 8th, 1600, and declared citizens' rights in 1978. And their area is 61.2 kilometers, or 23.6 square miles, making it 190th. And their population is 33,600, making it 221st. And including their population density is 520 kilometers, or 1,346,008 square miles, making it 23rd. Their GDP is 2.09 billion, making it 175th, and their per capita is $60,651 in US currency, making it 11th in this list. And their GDP nominal is $1.55 billion, making it 174th. and their per capita nominal is $44,947, making it 13th on this list. And their HDI is 0.875, very high, as 26. And their currency is a euro, and their driving zone is right. And you can believe this, I'm posting this video earlier today because I'm going to Glacier next day. So make sure to subscribe, like the video, and ring the bell and notification line. Okay? Speaking of notification line, let's read the election of 1820. Again, it was unopposed. Okay, let's see this. The 9th presidential election in American history took place from Wednesday, November 1st to Wednesday, December 6th, 1820. Oh, it was a weird one. Mostly James Monroe was popular for everyone. That everyone was too afraid to run against him. That's right, folks. This was the third and final American presidential election in history in which a candidate basically ran unopposed. Obviously, my boy George Washington ran both times unopposed. Like I said, Monroe was extremely popular during his 4 years in office, at a time known as the Era of Good Feelings. However, some people understandably upset due to the economic hard times caused by the Panic of 1819 and the rising tensions between slave states and free states surrounding the passing of a Missouri Compromise. And it has its own name, the Missouri Compromise line. Still, while the country did seem to divide a bit to threaten the single-party system, Monroe himself was still loved by many, on almost everybody. Since the president's renomination was never in doubt, few Democrat-Republicans even bothered to show up the nomination caucus. There were also virtually no campaignings for this election, and even former Federalists supported him. The fewer Federalists who had failed to nominate a candidate, they had nominated a serious vice president candidate known as Richard Scompton, a former representative from New Jersey. This was the last time that the Federalist Party participated in a national election. The Democrat-Republican Party renominated Daniel D. Tompkins for vice president. 4 new states, Mississippi, Illinois, Alabama, and Missouri, all participated for this election for the first time. In 1820, however, there were few delays in Missouri because it was obviously a state yet at the time of this election. There had to be an argument in Congress, with some saying Missouri Constitution violated the United States Constitution. Neither Missouri's electoral votes will be counted in 1820, despite not only becoming a state until the next year. And here are the results. James Monroe got the win, obviously. He won all the electoral votes except for one. As a matter of fact, the one electoral vote against Monroe was William Brewer, an elector from this U.S. Senator from New Hampshire, and he voted for John Quincy Adams, the Secretary of State and son of former President John Adams. Why the Egyptian notifications? Well, so he'd someday give him down luck. This one, and actually just one, this was rare. who thought Monroe was simply not a good president, Tompkins remained the country's vice president. Monroe and Tompkins didn't get their electoral votes because the three electors originally had actually died, were not replaced yet. This is why Mississippi was the only one to have two electoral votes counted, despite the fact the state is usually granted three electoral votes. As for the popular vote, Monroe was unpopular. Popular. Getting, of course, 80.6% of the popular vote. 16.1% of the population were pretty much made up and remaining the Federalist no candidate and DeWitt Clinton, who by found success, the governor of New York, still got 1.8% of the popular vote, even though he didn't run in 1820 for president, but he still got the nomination. Important to most states, choosing by electors by popular vote at this time. With this country still united, who was wanted to be president and vice president in 1820, future looked still bright. 1.34% of the population voted in this election. And that's it. The video's over, and thank you for watching this video. Hope you have an amazing day, a great day, and I'll see you next week.